recording. Viewfinder. Stop recording video. Button.
Good evening, folks. This is Thea Ramsey. I'm making a video for YouTube. What you heard in the background was voiceover. I'm totally blind. I have some other health conditions as well. And I wanted to talk about Herbalife. I'm a new distributor, fairly new. I've been in the business for about 6 months now. And I was looking for training. There's one area of Herbalife that I don't know too well, and that's the skin products. And I went looking for that. And I couldn't find, I found a training and I started listening to it. And after the training, I came across, there was this whole, some person had piggybacked onto this training video, 2 hours worth of vitriol against Herbalife, how that it was an evil pyramid scheme, heartbreak stories of how people have lost thousands and thousands of dollars. By the way, I don't disrespect or I don't disrespect or deny that Herbalife has made mistakes in the past. The products are expensive, but they're also high quality. The shipping is expensive, but it also means that you get your products right away. You don't have to wonder where they are. If you use the products properly, you will most likely get the results that you want. There's a couple of things. When I first started Herbalife in Hawaii, they weren't as forthcoming about their product, their company, and things like that. Herbalife has made some egregious mistakes, in my opinion, but I think they are learning from those mistakes. And I think now, when I came back from Hawaii and I lived back in Toronto, where I used to live, I'm back here now, and I got into Herbalife, I discovered that they were not nearly as deceptive in terms of making people believe that they were going to earn a lot of money. If you look at any Herbalife page now, before you read any income or weight loss testimonials, read the bottom of the page. It says, the testimonials represented here are those of the individual. They do not represent an average. So before you get excited and go, oh wow, here's my dream come true, look at the disclaimers. They're there. And there are still things that Herbalife and multi-level marketing people in general say that I disagree with. The big one is, our system is perfect. Plug into our system and put your head down and follow your upline and do what they do and duplicate what they do, and you will end up where they are. I'm sorry, but the system, any system is not perfect. No system is perfect. And this particular, the multi-level marketing system, whether it be Herbalife or some other type of thing, does not take into account, apparently, the other guy. You might be self-motivated, you might be extroverted, you might be able to talk to people. Like when I talk to people, one of the things Herbalife says to me, you lose the weight and people ask you what you did. You wear our skin products and people will say, wow, you look great, you look sexy. What are you doing? And I'll say, I'm doing Herbalife. And they'll ask me a few questions, among them, how much does it cost? And they will say, oh, I'm glad it works for you, Thea. That's great, it works for you. The system doesn't make any kind of response to that. There used to be an old saying, some will, some won't, so what next? The problem is if you run into a whole lot of the won'ts, and there's only so many people that anybody that you can be connected to at any one time, and particularly if you're disabled, you're not as connected to as many people as someone who's mobile and able-bodied and out there doing a lot of things might be. And even still, there's a lot of, especially now with Senator Hackman's mission to wipe Herbalife off the face of the map, which I hope doesn't happen. Even though there are some things I don't agree with about Herbalife, I still love the products. I'll always still buy Herbalife. The product is not the problem. The system is not perfect. It doesn't take into effect economics. The system can't overcome economics. And there's all of this publicity about Herbalife, so naturally people are pulling away and saying, well, geez, I don't know. But I'll tell you one thing. This video that piggybacked itself onto my training video that I was listening to, there's one lady said, oh, she bought $4,000 worth of product. Herbalife doesn't do that anymore. You cannot buy your way to supervisorship. You cannot buy your way into that anymore. You pay $68 and you become a distributor. If you buy $4,000 worth of product, good for you. I hope you can eat it all and sell it all. But you'll still just be a 25% discount member. You will not be a supervisor. You have to learn the business. You can no longer buy your way into supervisorhood. Second of all, the products, well, the products you sell are at a 25% discount. It is getting harder to sell the products. There's a lot of health food out there. There's a lot of Slim Fasts and other types of products out there. And, you know, folks in Herbalife can say, well, Slim Fast isn't as good a product because it doesn't have the nutrition, it doesn't have the cellular nutrition. And I tried Slim Fast and I was hungry and cranky all the time. So I'm not a Slim Fast fan. I'll always be an Herbalife fan. My dear old late great ex used to say you get what you pay for. I'll tell you what I didn't pay for. I did not pay for a website. The Herbalife, the site that I have now, which is www.go, capital G, Herbalife, capital HERBalife.com/THEA-RAMSAY/EN all caps CA. That's a lot to remember. It's a lot to I don't know how to do this YouTube thing, so I can't put the link in there. But that website was free. In fact, it was even accessible to the blind. I was able to put my, we go through a quiz, and they ask you about certain conduct. There's a lot of different kinds of conduct that weren't available when I started Herbalife in Hawaii. Now that I'm doing Herbalife in Toronto, and the conduct for an Herbalife distributor is very tight. There are certain things you are just plain not allowed to do. That's all there is to it. And if you do them, you could be banned from Herbalife. You can lose your distributorship. You're not allowed to deceive people. You're not allowed to tell them that you make more than you do or you lost more weight than you have. You're not allowed to do that. There are certain things you can do. You can do free advertising, maybe. You can talk to your family and friends about it. And you can, but there's nothing that guarantees you an income. The only thing that guarantees you an income is a job, a regular day job. And even then, that doesn't guarantee you an income. You could get fired. You could get laid off. Or the job could be so stressful that you could quit for your health. Okay? Now, the other thing that people say a lot of is, well, gee, only the highest people in the company make the high profits. Please can somebody email me or phone me or send a YouTube comment or whatever and tell me what company doesn't have the top man making the most money or the top few people. I don't know if you guys remember Flintstones or Jetsons or whatever, but you can pretty much be guaranteed that Mr. Spacely made way more than George Jetson, and Mr. Slate made a lot more than Fred Flintstone. Okay? People who are going to 9-to-5 jobs are not the president of the company. They're the workers, the worker bees. They don't make as much as presidents of companies. So, you know, and also a lot of the people that I heard on this piggybacked video, by the way, I don't appreciate listening to a training video which is piggybacked. I'm listening to an Herbalife training video and somebody's piggybacked their own damn video, which is against Herbalife, on to the training video. I don't appreciate that. Cut it out. Go find, if you want to do exposés, don't piggyback it on an Herbalife training video. I think that's extremely rude. Okay, so every company has a president or someone, a president, family members, or however this company works, that make more money than the average worker. Herbalife is also one way for a disabled person to have a chance at something. It's no guarantee, but if I could tell you of all the places that I've walked into and said, you know, I've got these skills and I'd like to work here, and had people say, sorry, we don't have jobs for people like you. It's true, they can no longer say those words, but our society is very polite on the surface, but it's very much the same society as it always was. If you're different, and especially if you're disabled, you're a person with a disability, a lot of us are unemployed. So for $68, I get a chance to sell Herbalife products to customers. It's true that I'll probably always be my own best customer. I've spent more on Herbalife than I'll probably ever make back. And maybe that's what the whole thing is. But I get my Herbalife at a 35% discount. And the people I sell to, because they've decided, well, I don't want to get involved in the business, they pay the full price. People who get in the business, even if they just want to get in to make the 25% discount or to get 25% discount off their products, are doing something. Well, if I had the kind of ethics that would make it possible and the kind of programs that would make it possible for me to piggyback my video onto your anti-Herbalife, Herbalife is evil kind of thing, I would sure as heck do it. And don't think I won't. When I first got into business, when I first heard about these people and they said, well, I was in Herbalife for 2 months, I was in Herbalife for 5 months. Excuse me, but can somebody please name me a business that you can be in for 5 months and expect to make any money at all? Well, I was in Herbalife for 2 months and I lost $2,000. I was in Herbalife for 5 months and I lost $50,000. Who told you to spend all that money? Not Herbalife, and certainly not the Herbalife that I work with now, that I use now, that I have a chance for employment with now. I don't work for Herbalife. I'm a distributor. And I haven't made a lot of money. I've made cash pocket money. Cash money. I've made a little bit of money here and there. I don't have the connections, the ties. I have disabilities. I'm not able to do a whole lot.